I had this epiphany the other day when I was driving with my wife. When I was little, and I'm gonna assume you had it similar, I had this like one game that I would play at a time. And there were many reasons for why I would only play that one game. The main reason being, of course, money. I was a little kid. I did not have money to just go out and buy a new game every other week. But as I think more about it, I feel like not having money to buy new games was not really the only driving factor for how many different games I played. Though I feel like when we talk about this issue in particular, there is this, in my opinion, big benefactor that gets overlooked a lot of the times. And that is that we were just not that exposed to all the YouTube videos, all the new trailers. We had like catalogs, and then, you know, they had some demos, CD demos and stuff like that, but we didn't really have anything else. It only came with, you know, internet and us getting access to internet, of course, and then YouTube coming into the mix and all of that stuff. But before, we didn't really have access to a lot of new games. The only way you found out about a new game was usually from a friend that played it, had it at their house or something, and then they persuaded you to buy it and play it yourself. I remember back in the day, I, for example, played Assassin's Creed 2, and I had this game for the longest time on my PC, and I planned to do 100% completion of that game because I just loved it, but also because there was really nothing else that was either coming out, or at least I didn't have any idea that it was coming out. So I was able to just every day sit down at Assassin's Creed 2 and just play that game for hours on end without ever feeling like I'm missing out on something, without having any FOMO, without always feeling like, oh, but there's this other game that I really want to play. I really need to finish this one quick so I can go and play that other game, you know, and then you don't even finish this game that you're playing. You're just like, let me just, you know, the game's on sale, let me buy that game. That's another thing, like, we have these sales all the time, and we just, you know, that wasn't really a thing before Steam and all that stuff came around. Unless you went to the shop and you were like, oh, this game is on a big sale, you wouldn't really know about it. But these days, there's specific websites even, like I use isthereanydeal.com all the time, and you have these wish lists, and anytime, you know, a game goes on a sale, it sends you an email, so you're constantly bombarded with there's this shiny little object here, go buy this one and then play this one. And you're always like on this verge of like, oh, I'm really enjoying this game, but then, ooh, I always wanted to play this other one. Let me check this out. Oh, it's on a big sale. Yeah, I'm gonna get it, but I need to finish this game first. But let me just download it because I'm gonna play it after this one. And then one day you just turn that game on instead, the new game, and you never come back to the previous one and you never finish it. It could be because you were just not having fun with that first game anymore. That can happen, and that's completely fine. But a lot of the times, at least I feel like I drop a game that I was actually enjoying, but I never really got too invested in it, mostly because I just didn't let myself get invested in it, because I was always like, I gotta finish this game quick because then I've got these other games that I wanna jump into, you know? It also comes together with this like backlog issue as well. But yeah, I had this epiphany that it wasn't just because we had all the time in the world but no money, but it was also just because we didn't really know what we're missing out on. These days, so many games come out. Feels like every week there's so many new games. Not all of them are great, but you get distracted and you're like, ooh, shiny new thing, let me try that one. So we just get to a point where we just keep skipping from game to game, never feeling really satisfied because we have all these options. So we just keep jumping from one game to another without feeling like we actually got everything out of the other game that we played. So what I've been trying to do, or rather not do lately, is that I just pay as little attention to game news as possible. It's a difficult thing when gaming is your main hobby and you like consuming content about it, but if I can, I don't go and watch that trailer for a new game. I purposefully swipe away when a new game reveal pops up on my feed, and I don't watch 3-hour game award shows that are 70% ads and the games they show are mere concepts or are not coming out in at least another 2 years or so. Let's be honest, most of these trailers, first looks and gameplay trailers, if you can even call them that, are not worth it, and a lot of the times they're not even actually accurate to what the game is at release anyways. So why not rather kick back, relax with the game of choice that you have been having fun with lately, and don't think or consume what the media is trying to push as the next big thing. And when it comes to it, there is no better feeling than coming across a new video game that looks super fun and what? It's not gonna take another year for it to release. It's actually already out and you can go play it right now? Awesome! I have been trying this approach myself lately, and I implore you to try the same thing and see if you maybe get a little bit more immersed and invested in the current game you're playing, and if you start enjoying games in general again more.